Howdy folks, welcome to episode 76. Let's turn on our lamp here and let's see. You know, I'm curious. If we put this like inside a wall. Yeah, see if we put it inside a wall, it doesn't. Okay, I just had to try that out. Because remember last episode, I'm like, why is it so dark? Why isn't my lamp working? Yeah. Okay, so I need to, we're gonna, kittens. We moved the kittens in here because it's nice and warm in here. We need to disconnect this and then pull away. Nope, it didn't do it. I was afraid of that. Let's see. See if it'll disconnect. We'll give it one more chance here. And then I'll have to put the brakes on. I don't want to put the brakes on. Alright. Let's see. There we go. Good. Alright, and we got the triple thing. Yeah, we got the triple trouble here, so I just want to make sure we're not going on the wrong switch there. Okay. So, we're going to put the water cars on, and then we're going to back the water cars into this, and then we're going to go get the next batch of cars. And I think we should have everything ready and probably get to the coal mine by the end of this. But we'll see. Let's flip this one. There we go. And then we're going to go to the water cars, which is that. Okay. Just got to make sure we got all our switches. There we go. We'll get this all piled up. I'm all excited. I made some really cool progress in my game project. It's something that I was really worried about not getting it to work. Wait, is there coal in those? There's coal in those. We don't have to go to the coal mine. Hold on. I didn't even notice that. What's the capacity on it? 4? We need 5, right? This has 22. That has coal in it. Okay, so where do we need to bring all that stuff? The coal needs to go to... The coal needs to go to here? Yeah, we just need to bring 6 coal up here. Okay. Do we have an engine down here that we can do that with? I thought we had an engine that we sat over here. I guess we moved it. Remember the one that was sitting on there? I think we took. I think that's the one we're using right now. Okay, so we need to change of plans here, I think. Okay, we're on this track already. Let's do this first. We're going to back this up. But yeah, now we don't need to bring the coal over. So we can change a couple things here. Let's see. I think we're still going to have to drive past the coal mine anyway. There we go. Come on, you can do it. Oh, you know what? They all have the brakes on, don't they? These all... Did I take the brakes off of any of these? I don't know that I took the brakes off of any of these. Look at how hard we're pushing to try to get these to go, too. There we go. No, I must have taken the brakes off because they're not stopping now. They're not really stopping on their own. Okay. So, let's go like this. We're going to bring these forward. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if these... It's just because they're so heavy. It's, you know, it's possible. Whoops. There we go. It's possible it's just because they're so heavy. Let's see. Let's turn this off and see what happens. Wow. The update there. Oh wait, I'm saving the game. The delta time for that frame is like a zillion. Thanks. That's where you get the physics glitches. I don't think he's maxed out the delta time. See, there's a trick. Well, I don't know if anybody else knows this trick, but I always did it. Was You have a max delta time between frames. And then when you're doing your calculations, if your frame is taking too long, instead of the game just chopping like that, the game literally like goes into slow motion. Am I just out of fuel? I'm not out of fuel either. Okay. I'm like, am I going slow because I'm out of fuel? Because that's totally something I would do. No, and I'm going to pull these off the... I'm going to end up pulling these off the track if I do this, aren't I? Okay, let's just go like this. That might be... It might just be the one break. Let's see. It might just be the one. I think the yellow ones were the ones where I started. Yeah, see, these are all off. We're back here. We're just going to check them all. 0 and 0. Okay, yeah. It was just the one. That makes more sense. Okay. Well, it wouldn't have derailed me, too. You know? Here. Let's get this moving. But yeah, so if it chugs like that, instead of like 10 seconds elapsed while it wasn't doing anything, and then it does 10 seconds worth of physics in one frame, you know, it's just that time stopped, not your view of it. Because the problem is, you know, you do that long thing and it was supposed to be going around a corner, and when, you know, you've got a short amount of time between updates, that's fine. It doesn't go too far off the track, but that's when it yeets. And I'll bet that's where the popcorning and stuff like that was coming from, especially when you have network lag or whatever. Oh, the last update I got, the time between this update and the last update was, you know. Okay, anyway. Although with network, you'd have to sync. You still have to sync the time. But there's better ways to do that. Anyway, let's go like this so that we know when we're back past the back end of this. When this is past the switch. There we go. What's this one made with? Unreal Engine? I think it's Unreal Engine. Okay. Go like this. Whoops, I don't need to. I just need a map. And we're going to go like this. Okay, so we're going to back this. There we go. See, you can see the track. I like that. I like that they did that little detail in there. I don't think you'd get away with not having that detail in a train game. Maybe some other games, but not a train simulator. That's like skipping details in a flight sim. Okay. Let me back out here a little bit. Okay. We're still under 5. Okay. I do want to not be going super fast. There we go. I do want to be going pretty slow when I hit this. I don't want to shock the system. All right. And there we go. We might just leave that hopper in there. I don't know. We can drop that one at the next thing. All right, we're going to slowly push these because we're going around that corner. I don't want to get too crazy. Yeah, I don't want to get too crazy going around all this. We're just going to do a push. The other thing you could do is you can bring it into tension and then push, and you bonk this car, and that one bonks that one, and it bonks, and the energy goes back one car at a time. So that way it's only the one in front of it that's hitting it instead of all of them at the same time. I think that works. Somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong. Or right. Wait, somebody was wrong on the internet? No way. Okay, that's why you couldn't sleep? Okay. No, no way. People can't be wrong. The whole purpose of the internet was so that everybody would have access to information and nobody would ever be wrong again. That worked out. That worked out so well. What a plan. Oh, man. I think the old internet's going to come back, though, because the 5 websites that are like the entire internet now are just so bad. Okay, stop. See, now it's going to doot, 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 doot. Is it stopped? It's all stopped. Okay. So, we should be able to... We're going to tie this one just so it doesn't move. And then we're going to do this. Okay, so now we go forward. There we go. And we just need to get past the triple switch here. Okay. And then we'll flip this one to here. And then this one to here. And I think instead of separating the cars out, we're just going to take the cars. We're just going to take the whole thing over there so we can drop our 6. Don't hit it, don't hit it, don't hit it. That's so close. I really cut that close there on the fall. Didn't I? I really did. A little close. Yeah, we'll just leave the other one in there for the variety. It should be fun. Alright, and then let's do this. Turn this down just a little bit. So I got my mic volume, the gain on my mic, on the mic itself cranked up. So it's probably picking up more of my speakers. Okay. So we should be able to drop those 4 and then another 2. And we'll get all of our... I'll bet somebody's got their brakes on. Let's see, somebody's got brakes on. Yep. Heh. Can you hear the difference? There we go. Slight difference. Okay, and we need to drop off the stuff on this... No, it's the other side. Hold on. It is on this side. Let's see. No, it's on the left side. Okay. We do need to go on that side. Okay. Cool. And that's that... Isn't this the turn where we, like, just tipped over? Going like 1,000,000 miles an hour around it. That's 1.6 million, 1.606 million miles an hour for those of you on the metric system. Alright. Too bad we can't dump the coal out of here, right? Alright, so we're going to go back here. Because we need 50 coal. So we'll stop here. 7, 8. Alright, then we just need to drop 2 coal out of this and then stop. So wish me luck. Hey, we did it. Awesome. Alright. Cool. Then we can just bring this back. Perfect. Probably not go a million miles an hour around this. Again. There we go. It's just a little bit. I mean, I could even leave these. What am I doing? I could leave these back here, right? I could just leave these on this track. Why do I need to go all the way back to the other one? Right? There. We'll bring this one past this switch here. Yep. This switch here. And then the second. There we go. Nope, not that one. That one. All right. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And then we can just drop these off here, and then we're good to go. So we'll go like this. Let's go like, tie this one back. Whoops. Tie it down. All right. And then there we go. That's what you do with aircraft. You tie them down. All right. Forward. Let's do it. Awesome. And then stop there. Now we can go get our giant thingy. Now we can get our giant train and bring it over there. There we go. This thing will almost do 30. All right. Good thing we don't have passengers on there, right? All right. Let's switch that. There we go. Okay. Need like the screaming sounds. There we go. Perfect. Did we do the brakes on that one? I don't think we did. Let me go check. Just double check so we're not dragging it. Yeah, we did. Okay. See? I was thinking I hadn't. Okay. So, now we should be able to get that big impulse going through there first. Huh, was it trying to come off the track there? Did you see that? All right, let's see how this is looking. That's cool. What if we do this? I was just testing the directionality. Okay, so we're going to go past this switch. We're going to come through here. And we need to get what? We need to get water. So where's the fastest way to the water? Because the water is up here. So if we go... We're going to have to go this way, and then... Yeah, because there's not a... See, we can make another thing there. We can make a thing here, so why don't we come up... Oh, you know what? We still got to go to these, so we're going to go to this anyway. All right, and these switches are set so that we go past it. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we're going to come up here. You know what? Let's go around this. Whoops. Not that. Around that. This way. Just because it's a more gentle curve. And then we're going to come up through here. And we're going to do the stock cars. We're going to get all the stock cars. So we'll bring our train up onto this one, and then we can deal with the stock cars from there. Okay. Do you need to add a little bit more speed on this? I want a little bit more momentum going around this when we start hitting this corner here. I don't want to be trying to drag it with full power. So we'll use some of our momentum to go around this. See if we can get it up to about 15. Maybe. There we go. Okay. All right. We'll see how this does around this corner. So we have to put the stock cars on. We're going to put the stock... We see we might be able to get that hopper out of there because we're going to have to dump the back of that anyway. We're going to have to drop off the back of that anyway to back into the stock cars. So we can do that. Maybe. I don't know. We would still have to... Yeah, we'd still have to kind of finagle our way through that, so... I don't think we'll do it. Let's see how this is looking. It's looking good. Can we hear the bell? I don't hear the bell. I almost put my ear up to the microphone to listen to the bell, for the bell. Listen to the microphone. Do you hear it? Shh, do you smell something? Okay. We got a couple minutes. We should be able to get through this. I'm just worried about this turn. I don't want to go too much. We can go a little bit more, but I don't want to go full bore on this turn the way it is. This is cool. This is getting to be fun. Even more so. I forgot how much fun it is to do the really super long. I mean, it's fun to do the short ones for a while too, because then you can just go reckless around everything, but it is fun to do the longer ones. Especially like once you get them rolling. And then once we do this, I think I'm gonna once we've got this giant train put together, at some point before I take it apart or whatever, I'm definitely going to have to do a save game and then just put it full throttle and see where it finally comes off the track. Where and how does it finally come off the track? I did it on the one and it was able to just keep going around the track until it ran out of fuel. It went around the entire like loop and didn't fall off the track. That's the one on the intro where at the very beginning of the intro where the train is going past. I took some video of it as it was going past. That was on the old Pine Valley map. Okay, I think we've got enough. There we go. You can hear the bell now. We got a straight enough track that we can do this. We don't want to put those on the front, do we? Stock cars? Because if we split it here and leave those in the back, then we can put the stock cars between the water cars and the other things instead of trying to put them in the way back. I mean, we can do that. We have the technology. Yeah, why don't we do that? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back here. Whoops. Alright. We're going to tie... There we go. Let's see what it does here. Hit the brakes on this one. We're going to let it relax first. See what it does here. Okay, is it uncoupled? Yep, it's uncoupled. Okay. So, we're going to put the brakes on this. And then we're going to pull these water cars all the way up past this. There we go. Perfect. We're going to use the water cars. Oh, and you know what else we need to do? We need to do this, and we need to get these logging flat cars out of here. We'll get the logging flat cars off of there, too. And then... I'm trying to think of how we're going to do that. Yeah, we'll put the logging flat cars over here. There we go. All right. And then the stock cars should all... Whoops. I kind of half expected that. The logging flat cars. Yeah. They're kind of trash. We might just end up re-railing them instead of doing all this. Because now they're all going to derail, aren't they? We'll see if it'll rail themselves. Good. Just the one that came off. Whoa, 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 whoa! Alright. Let's go like this. That was fun. And let's go like... Whoops. No. Re-rail. Like this. Did it unre-rail? Yeah, it did. There. Okay, we're going to put that back here. Alright, and we'll take the brake off of it. I don't want the brake on it. Okay, so these should be fine. That doesn't help either. There may be brakes on both ends. Nope. Okay, so we're going to disconnect this. And these should all be hooked up now, right? Yep. Okay. And then we're going to back up with these. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to put these over there. And then we'll go past the things and back them in to the other things. And I don't think we're going to have time for that. Still more shunting to do. Okay. Another common thing in all these games. Oh, it's the sun's going down. It's got to be like completely pitch black. All right. Because we're between light sources instead of, you know, having like the Terminator. Okay. Let's go like this. Put this one, whoops, here. And this one here. And we'll just leave the water ones attached. Doesn't matter. It's easier than detaching them. So go like this. Hopefully we won't ram into it too hard and knock it off the track too, but I'm sure there's like a 90% chance of that happening anyway. Alright, as long as it doesn't knock the engine and all the water cars off, I don't care that much. These logging cars are a pain. Alright. Almost there. Cool. That was perfect. Okay. Alright, we can stop there. Awesome. And that's going to be it for episode 76. Join me in episode 77. What we'll do is, I think you can guess, but yeah, we're going to get, we're going to go past these, back them up into the, and hook up everything. And that should be our entire train. And then I think what we're going to do is once that's all backed up, is we're going to put in, we're going to make it so that you can go from here to here. Because that way we can go through here. Because otherwise, or either that or here to here. That might make it a little bit better wide. I mean, you could all do all three of those even. But yeah, that way we can go around this mountain either way. So we're going to get that done. And then we will take our cars up to the water thing, the water loop. Oh man, that's going to be so much fun putting the water into that. I think I need to go make sure these are rounded, circularized. Hey, I actually set them without screwing it up. Yeah, we need to make sure these are all circularized and not going to knock all of our cars off the track, because that is going to be a nightmare bringing 50 cars around there. So that should be fun. So join me in episode 77, and we'll see you then. Later.